Hello, this is Peter DeShalane, and I'm just continuing my series on the subject matter, Stop Wasting Your Hard-Earned Cash on Doing Renovations. And what I was referring to last week is that it's very common for realtors to suggest to sellers that they need to do major renovations in order to get the home sold and to make the most money. And I have a completely different strategy. I have sold over 2,360 homes in my 37 years. And I have found that most of the time, sellers do not need to do major renovations, and they save themselves a lot of time, a lot of hassle, and a lot of expense by just selling the home with minor renovations. Now, sometimes I do suggest major renovations, but most of the time I do not. And today, what I want to share with you is that sometimes what sellers do is they actually are doing things that are counterproductive if they do a renovation. What I'm referring to is if you do a renovation where you, for instance, change the countertops, well, now you're showing the buyer how very dated the kitchen cabinets are. If you do renovations in terms of changing baseboards, well, now you're showing the buyer how extremely dated the floor coverings are. If you decide that you're going to do some part renovations in a bathroom, well, now you're showing the buyer how very dated the rest of the bathroom is. So sometimes doing renovations actually is counterproductive. It doesn't help the seller at all. My suggestion, instead of doing renovations, is stop. Don't do the renovations at all. Instead, have me come in and take a look. I've got huge experience selling homes that need significant renovations, and give me a chance to give you a diagnosis of what you should do, if anything. And my suggestion is to have me come and take a look. And usually, what I suggest for sellers is just minimal renovations, if at all, and some things that will really help them in terms of moving some furniture and so on. And here's what usually happens. What usually happens is the seller is really pleased because the selling process is so much faster. And secondly, they're really pleased because they don't have to go through the enormous inconvenience of having strangers in their home. I'm talking about renovators and contractors and workers that are sawing and hammering and, oh my goodness, all that noise and all the decibels and all the dust. They avoid that. And usually what happens is they're really pleased because they know they've actually made more money in their pocket than if they would have taken the route of doing the renovations and then trying to recoup their renovation expenses. This is Peter DeShalane. Have a wonderful day.